So, now let's see what different names were given to our country in past. We know that two names often used for our country, India and Bharata. Iranians and Greeks called land these to Indus, India. The name Bharata was used for a group of people who lived in the northwest, and who are mentioned in the Rigveda. Now let's see how historians and archaeologists find about the past. But, wait, historians, archaeologists, who are they now? A person who studies or who is an expert in history is known as historian. Archaeologists are persons who study the objects of the past. They study the remains of the buildings made of stone and brick, paintings and sculpture. They also explore and dig the earth in order to find out tools, weapons, pots, pans, ornaments and coins. There are two major ways to find out about it. First one is to study the written sources like manuscripts and inscriptions. This is mainly done by historians. The second one is to study past remains. This is mainly done by archaeologists. Now, you might ask, what are the written sources and also what are the remains here? Don't worry, I will explain. There are mainly two written sources, manuscripts and inscriptions. Books written long ago by hand on soft surfaces are called manuscripts. These were usually written on palm leaf, or on the specially prepared bark of a tree known as the birch, which grows in the Himalayas. These were written on a lot of subjects, but problems were suffered when they got destroyed by different means due to the surfaces on which they were written. Inscriptions were written on metal or stone. Kings' orders and their victories were written on them. Material things include tools, weapons, pots, pans, ornaments, coins, bones of animals, birds, and fish, etc. Oh, I was just thinking, how many pasts are there? Okay, you might say, are you mad? How could there be a lot of pasts? But trust me, there are pasts. Not a past. Okay, let me elaborate. So, do you think that there were only kings in past times? Not really, right? There were a lot of different kinds of people. Like priests, workers, soldiers, farmers, etc. So, now think, one past, or many? Isn't this place getting boring? Let's go out, in fresh air. Hey ya! Have you ever listened something like 900 AD or 1238 BC? But, ever thought what this AD and BC actually mean? Let's have a look. AD refers to Anno Domini, meaning in the year of the Lord, that is Christ. So 2012 can also be written as AD 2012. Sometimes CE is used instead of AD. CE stand for Common Era. BC stands for before Christ, that is before the birth of Christ. Sometimes BCE is used instead of BC. BCE stands for before Common Era. In India we began using this form of dating from about 200 years ago. So, here this chapter ends. But, stay tuned in the journey, a lot of explorations are on the way.